Okay, so before we use our trig ratios, we need to remember what they are. So this first one, sine, is going to be opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Now your hypotenuse is always going to be whatever is across from your right angle. It's also the longest side of a right triangle or the diagonal of the right triangle. Your opposite and adjacent are going to switch depending on what angle we're talking about for the problem. So for this triangle, the angle that is notated is right here with this blue arc. The one that touches the angle that's not the hypotenuse is going to be your adjacent. The one that's on the opposite side is your opposite. So over here, when my angle is right here, the one touching it is my adjacent. The one across from it is my opposite. So the way we use these to figure out missing sides is by setting up equations. The first thing I need to do is label the sides that I have. So my reference angle is this 37 right here. I know that this is my hypotenuse, and this is my adjacent. When I look back at my trig ratios, the one that uses adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So I know that the cosine of my angle, which is 37 degrees, equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So x over 14. Now I need to get x by itself. The way I do dividing by 14 is multiplying both sides by 14. So I have 14 times cosine 37. And that's going to give me my answer. So I get out my calculator. I make sure it is in degrees and not radians. Okay, and then I just type that in. 14 cosine 37 and hit enter, and I get an answer of 11.18. Let's do another example. So once again, I figure out my angle and I label my sides. Right next to it is going to be my adjacent. Opposite side is going to be my opposite. I don't have a number on my hypotenuse, so I'm not going to put the h. The ratio that uses opposite and adjacent is going to be tangent. All right, tangent, my degrees is 35, equals opposite over adjacent. So in this case, I have 12 over x. Now when x is in the denominator or on the bottom, the shortcut that I can use is switching places. So if I have 12 over tangent 35, that is going to give me my x. So I get out my calculator. You can either write this as divided or a fraction. So 12 divided by cosine, tangent 35, is 17.1, or as a fraction, you can do 12 over tangent 35. Either way you write it's going to work, and we get 17.1. Okay, the last problem we're going to do is going to be a word problem. So for this one, I have a ladder that is 20 feet long, is resting against the side of a house at an angle of 60 degrees. How far up the house does the ladder reach? So it always helps to draw a picture. I know it's going to be a right triangle. Okay. In this case, the ladder is what's resting at an angle. So I know this is my ladder. The angle is 60 degrees. And I want to know how far up the house, so that's going to be my x. In this case, I have my opposite and hypotenuse. So I know I'm going to be using sine. My angle is 60. Opposite over hypotenuse will be x over 20. X is on top, so I can multiply both sides by 20. So I get 20 sine 60. I'm going to type that in my calculator. And I get 10.3. And if I want that as a decimal, that would be 17.3. There you have it.